Sports Talk in the Mancave. We are back after an exciting week of football. The Cowboys somehow pulled out that game. They played better, but they were losing at the end. And what did you guys think of that game, Gilbert? What do you think?
Oh man, I thought that we pulled out a game that we usually lose in the past. Okay, I think that's really what it came down to. You know, there's these ugly grind out games that every football team has during the year. You're gonna have about 2 or 3 of them, but they're not pretty. But those are the games that kind of like build momentum. You know, they carry over throughout the season. One thing that I want to point out is that we have a deficiency on the team. The coach that we have is a deficiency. And it takes me back to Jason Garrett. You know, it's the same thing. These are just my thoughts. What we need to do is hire a special coach, just a special coach, just to be right next to this guy and to be telling him, hey, it's 3rd down, it's 4th down. Don't call a timeout for the other team. You know what? Go for it. Look at the numbers. It's first quarter. We're at our own sideline. Don't go for it. You know, just little scenarios here and there. We need a guy, maybe a guy that's a master in analytics, somebody who has a good record at these things. Hire somebody, Jerry. Yeah. It'll work for you.
Carlos, what do you think, man? What did you think of the game?
It was an exciting game. I mean, I was kind of doubting us there at the end, and then Diggs came through, and then as soon as he came through, he choked and he got burned for a 75-yard touchdown, and it was crazy. But once they scored on that 75-yard touchdown, I was like, with Dak and with our offense, and we had enough time, I was confident that we were going to score and win the game. I told my dad, but I don't think he heard me. He was too hyped up too, but I was like, we're going to win. And we came through.
Chale, what did you think?
Yeah, no, Dak was special. He did a great job. I mean, Diggs got us started with that interception, and we got some momentum there, and that last pass was right on target. I mean, he's throwing his passes on target. And if that continues, they will do good. But I think the defense bends a little too much. So
they'll get better.
They have to get better.
Now, I think the clutch catch was Wilson, fourth and 4. Makes that catch, jumps right up there and makes that catch. That was huge. That was a huge play. If not, they would have lost. And I like the fact that they're getting up to the line quick now, and they're not giving the defense a chance to do any changes or anything like that. And that's actually a good move that they just didn't do in the past. And
another thing I want to add is the penalties, David. You want to mention the penalties?
Penalties were bad, yeah. I mean, they had, 10, 11 penalties? They had tons of penalties.
At least 9.
Rule of thumb is usually that goes back to coaching, penalties. It goes back to where we're like, just like Garrett, we're winning despite you and not winning because of you and winning. I'm sorry, what do I say? How do I say it? We're winning despite you, right?
Yeah,
exactly. There you go. So, I mean, that's what's going on. I think that we need to fix those things. That going into the bye is going to help us out a lot.
Yeah, well, you know, I think that the Cowboys played a great game, and I think that we should give a moment of silence to the Patriot fans who were numerous. So those bandwagon fans that are now crying. So if you just want to give them 5 seconds of bowing your head and moment of silence, please. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Sorry, fans. All right. Now, hey, Gilbert, I want to get into, we started a segment saying, what the hell were you thinking? And Gilbert, I want you to take it away and tell me what you saw this week.
Okay, this is I'm going off of football for a little bit, and I'm going into the NBA. The NBA just started. Opening night was on yesterday, I believe. My Los Angeles Lakers. I don't know if it's GM Rob Pelinka or co-GM LeBron James, but making that trade for Russell Westbrook so far, and I never liked him from the get-go. Me and Carlos have had debates about him in the past, but yesterday it proved. I mean, I think that when it comes down to the fourth quarter, I mean, the guy cannot shoot, and I think that's going to be a big. It's going to be an uphill battle throughout the year with the Lakers going on with that inconsistency play of Russell Westbrook.
Oh man, okay.
Now they have 2, LeBrick and Russell Westbrook.
That could have been the worst. What were you thinking for the week? Any NFL ones that you see in there that you saw were bad choices?
McCarthy.
Now I'm
Yeah,
not.
going for it on that fourth down at your own 30, 35-yard line is just a definite no. To start the game, you spotted them a score right off the bat. I, that could have lost the game right
Yeah,
then and there.
Changed momentum. It kind of changed momentum.
definitely. But yeah, that's terrible. But the Cowboys did pull it out, and they did a great job, and that just proves they're a good team. They're a very good team. But Chale, tell us your 5 power rankings, your top 5.
Okay, well, to start off with, the Cowboys barely missed, and they missed for 2 reasons. Their defense, they're my number 6.
Excuse me?
But they're number 6. They're moving up. They're moving up. But they missed because of the coach. Has too many bad decisions, and the defense gives too many yards. I mean, I think they're like at number 10 in the league, so they just missed. But I'm going with number 5, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay has been playing very well, and I think they're very deserving of that 5th spot, but no higher than that. The Ravens with Lamar Jackson, great. The Ravens will be number 4. After that, the Green Bay Packers started the season off terrible, but they've looked so good in the past weeks. And so the Green Bay Packers for me are number 3. I know there's a lot of Packer fans out there that are saying, hey, but I'm a Cowboy fan, but I have to say the truth here. The Rams are solid. So, but number 1, you have to go with the Arizona Cardinals. Undefeated team, Kyler Murray, even though Gilbert said that he didn't like him because he was too short, to whatever, that it was going to catch up with him. Well, so far it hasn't caught up with him. I think he's even the front runner for the MVP, and right behind him would be Dak. Okay.
Oh man.
But
I want everybody to comment on that and see what your top 5 is. There might be some disagreement there with where the Cowboys sit, though.
Well, if you would have told me top 6, they would have been there.
Look, I think they're top 3. I think they're second.
Yeah, they're up there, man.
Might be a little biased, but I think they're second.
Yeah, that's a good list, though, Chale. That's good.
Yeah, I didn't want to think with my heart. I know I wanted to see more.
For the first time, you don't think
exactly.
Man.
Every year you think with your heart. This year that they're doing good, now you want to use your head.
He wants to use his brain.
I never had this section before, guys. Come on. Next week will be number 1. I know they're gonna buy.
All right, so we got our top 5, but we got to think of the busts of the week. And Carlos, you're gonna give us the 5 busts of the week for this week.
The first one I have to start with. I just said it. I think the previous video, the Jags are not going to win a game. They're going through all this drama with their head coach, rookie quarterback. They come out the next week and they beat the Dolphins. So the first bust is the Dolphins. They let me down. Like, I was hoping the Jags didn't win a game, to be honest.
You hear that?
Dolphins first bust of the week. And then the second one, we were all really high on them. They probably would have been in your top 5 if they would have won. The Chargers were a big letdown. Not only because they lost, but the way they lost. I think they have 3 points.
Yeah, they got killed. I mean that the Ravens just killed them. I mean,
maybe that's why
the Ravens are up there.
Maybe that's why. But the Chargers were a huge bust this week. We all had high expectations for them. We were talking about them real good, and they were just a huge bust. But maybe that's just a 1 week thing. But still, good teams don't have those weeks like that back. The other one was partly not because they didn't win, but because they weren't competitive. And that's because their quarterback got injured, the Browns. I expected that game to be a real fun game to watch, to be competitive, and it wasn't that competitive. towards the end, the Arizona Cardinals just started pulling away, and it wasn't that close. But that is because their quarterback got injured, right?
Right.
Then the next one is the Panthers, who started off had a hot start to this season, and then they lost to the Vikings, to the Golden Arm. So that's a bust. That's a bust.
You say that like you don't like him anymore. What's going
I
on?
do like him, but he's the Golden Arm. I mean, come on. He lost. But also they're out. I think McCaffrey's out, right?
Yeah, he's
So,
out.
I mean, that's a good reason. And then the last bust of the week, I expected them to win. I think all three of you chose them. The Bills. They lost to the Titans.
I didn't choose them. Oh yeah, I didn't choose them.
You didn't choose them? You chose
Oh yeah. No, like, on our picks, yeah, we did. You're right. Yeah, just to win, yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
in the video we all chose them, but the Bills, they were a letdown. They have been playing real well, and the Titans are super inconsistent, but they came out and they did their job, and so the Bills are the last bust of the week for me.
Big bust, I thought, man. I thought going for it on fourth and a foot instead of just kicking that field goal and going to overtime was a big mistake.
Yeah.
Big mistake. But man, that was a bust, man. All right. Thanks, Carlos. That was a good list, man. There's gonna be some good games this week. There's some really good games. But let's go through the list and let's see what you guys pick real quick and see if anybody else agrees with us out there. Washington and Green Bay.
We're all on Green Bay, I'm assuming.
I'm on Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Yeah, I can't go against the Green Bay.
Now, this next one, I think a couple of weeks ago we would have chose differently, but Kansas City at Tennessee.
I'm gonna take the Titans. I think Kansas City's struggling a little bit on defense, and the Titans I know that they're on and off, but I think that they seem to have found their offense, and Henry's running great. I think that they could control the time and possibly win the game.
Yeah, Carlos?
I think I'm still going with Kansas City.
Wow.
They're still an explosive offense, and I know they have trouble stopping the run, so it's going to be a good matchup, but I'm still taking Kansas City.
Gilb?
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, it seems like a toss-up. I think that Kansas City threw all their money at that offensive line, and so they have a lot of holes all over the place. They have a lot of bigger problems than just the quarterback play. But I think the addition of Gordon, and I'm going to give him one more shot. I'm going to go with the Chiefs this week.
All right. I although Tennessee is up and down, I'm going to go with Tennessee this week for sure, man. And now the next one, Atlanta at Miami. Carlos.
Atlanta.
Chale?
Atlanta.
Robert?
I'm taking hot Atlanta just because they're coming off a bye, and I think they're working on a trade right now, or they might bring in Watson to take over the Miami quarterback. So that kind of is going to bring a little bit of a what's called odd balance there for the Dolphins.
All right, I'm going with Miami. I'm coming back from London. Jets at New England.
New England. They played well. They need to trust that quarterback a little bit more.
Yeah,
I think he only had like 60. Huh?
Yeah, the Pats are getting better. They are.
Yeah.
So they should pull out this week after a loss. Belichick should probably get the troops back in form.
And it was a good loss too. It wasn't like a terrible loss. So a little confidence.
Now this next one should be a good one. Carolina at the Giants. They're both kind of struggling a little bit.
But the Giants are struggling so much more. I still take Carolina without their big back. So
yeah,
take Carolina.
Carolina.
Cincinnati at Baltimore. Ooh, good game. Carlos.
Baltimore.
All right. Chale.
Baltimore. I already picked them as my number 14, and I really think that they're that good. So
Gilbert.
Yeah, I'm done going against Baltimore. I think that it was fool's gold when I saw that they lost by a field goal against the Lions. So I started picking against them. I'm done. I'm a believer in Baltimore.
All right, Cincinnati. I'll go against you guys. They're pretty good also. They're not too bad. Philadelphia at the Raiders. Gilbert.
Oh man, this was a tough one because of but I think I'm gonna take the Raiders just because I think the troops are gonna galvanize with that whole Gruden thing. It seems like they're all rallying around Carr. Plus, I don't want the Eagles to win.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Carlos?
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. I go in Las Vegas as well.
So do I. Raiders. Detroit at the Rams. Gilbert.
Detroit will get their next loss.
Poor guys. Chale?
You know who I'm going with? Yeah, the Rams. The Rams are playing tough, and I believe that their little quarterback Stafford will do a great job against them. So
Yeah, I'm sure Carlos, you're thinking the same.
Rams.
Yeah, Rams. Houston at Arizona. Anybody going for Houston?
No.
No.
no,
Nobody.
no.
They're
Battling
down.
for the
All right.
first pick.
Chicago at Tampa Bay. Ooh, that might be good. That might be a good game. Or not.
No.
Chicago actually is the lowest, I think, in offense. They only average like 250 yards per offense, and that's just not going to cut it.
So Tampa Bay.
Yes,
Everybody,
sir.
Tampa Bay, yeah. Because Brady's the bomb, no? Gilbert?
He's the man.
I'm not commenting on him anymore.
Colts at San Francisco.
This is
Gilbert,
actually a tough game. Go
yeah.
ahead.
I'll go with San Francisco. Carlos?
So I'm taking San Francisco to win.
Okay. And Chale?
San Francisco.
And Gilbert, did you say?
Oh man, are they playing in Indianapolis or in San Francisco?
San Francisco.
No, I'm taking the 49ers at home.
All right. And then there's a Monday night matchup, New Orleans, Seattle. I'm taking New Orleans.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna stick with Winston on this one. Taking New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
New Orleans.
And there's a game tomorrow actually. Denver at Cleveland. There's your Cleveland.
I also had New Orleans just in case.
Yeah, I figured.
Denver.
Cleveland.
And Denver at Cleveland. They might not have
Cleveland.
a quarterback. Cleveland.
I'm taking Cleveland just
Cleveland.
they're more talented.
Yeah.
Cleveland.
Regardless.
Yes, definitely.
Denver doesn't have a quarterback either.
Now, very quickly, we do have.
Teddy Bridgewater.
What?
Teddy Bridgewater. That was your guy.
Nambe.
We do have to do our buckets, man. So let's do our buckets. Let's start with Carlos. Do you have a book for this week?
So I said San Francisco was going to win, but my bucket is the Colts to cover.
Nice.
I think it's going to be a really close game. It's San Francisco -4, so I think the Colts will be within a field goal.
All right.
Bucket.
Gilbert.
I like the Panthers over the Giants. I know the Giants are playing at home, but I see the Giants that they're just going down every week, and I think that they have a lot of injuries as well. I think Galloway's out, and they have of course Barkley, and they got some issues with their line. So I think that their weakness is their line, and that's the Panthers' strength. Look for the Panthers to win easily. The spread is 3 points, so they'll cover the spread easily. Panthers. Okay.
Yeah. Gilbert. Chale.
I have the Titans beating, not just covering, beating Kansas City. Kansas City's 5.5-point favorite, but I think they have some holes. I think the Titans already are finding themselves. Hopefully, but the Titans will beat Kansas City Chiefs. Book it.
Nice. And my bucket, I'm going to give Horacio a little shout out here. Atlanta's -2.5. I'm going to take Miami. They're going to win this game. Book it. All right, guys. It was a good week. Let's hope Cowboys don't play this week, so we have the week off to at least not have to worry about them winning or losing. Although we don't really worry anymore, right?
Yeah, last week we were worried.
Yes, we were.
So far, we're all pretty good armchair quarterbacks right now. So
Hell yeah.
hopefully the trend will continue. We're a little bit better than last year. I mean, I'll tell you that. So
Yeah.
If you see more of a smile on Gilbert, it's that he has a new roomie there.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Una baby girl.
Nice. Congratulations. Very nice. Very nice.
Thanks. Thank you.
Well, guys, thank you for watching, guys. Please comment below, subscribe. We'll see you all next week, man. Take care.
See ya.
Go Spurs, go.
Spurs.